Hey everyone, I'd like to discuss this little formula I've had going through my head the past few days. It's truth plus love and healing squared equals unity. Because I feel that that's the only way this world is ever going to come to any kind of unity together is through truth. And with the truth, we're going to need the love and the healing combination. I think not just one thing, not just two things is going to bring us there. It needs to be all. We have been lied to about everything. We have been lied to about our history. We have been lied to about our space programs, about going to the moon. We have been lied to about um, things even recently over the past 20 years, like 9/11 was not what we were told it is. It's a manipulation and a push to get an agenda done that a not so kind faction wants. It's to keep everyone at everyone's throat in every situation possible, whether it be sports, whether it be music, whether it be politics, whatever it is. It's always something there to cause a division. And a lot of the time, the division is caused through lies. So when certain people will start to find out a truth and they start presenting it, these are your so-called conspiracy theorists. They're actually looking into and coming up with most likely what really happened. Now, this can go from even World War II with, let's say, Hitler and the Germans. Maybe it wasn't what you really think it is, and if you look into it deep enough, you may find out. Some things you'll be very surprised of, and how a hatred was created to just create more division. And possibly it was, in that situation, someone who actually saw what was going on but didn't have enough power to defeat all the rest of the world in the agenda that it was going. So, of course, if you're the loser in any type of situation, you're going to be made out to be the bad guy. In fact, I believe it was Adolf Hitler that had said if America had won that war, World War III would be when the Americans find out what really happened and what was behind it. But that doesn't have to be. If the truth will come out with a lot of this stuff and with a lot of everything in the world, it's going to have to be done very slowly, because otherwise people will wind up out of the initial fear and reaction and disbelief of fighting each other. And I believe that's what's being done now. If you look at what's going on around the world, if you are awake enough to see it, it's being presented right in front of us. Even things that were done, let's say 8 years ago, 10 years ago, to the current president at the time, Donald Trump. If you look at all the accusations and everything that were thrown at him, I don't know if you pay attention to this at all, but all the things that were thrown at him and all the things that the media pushed, isn't that what's coming out now? And it's the opposite effect. You see, many, many years ago, Satanism started to corrupt different lands, and they were thrown out of every land that they were in. And the last land that they came to was America. When they came to America, they were forced to choose a religion. They choose Judaism. Now, that's not to say that, all Jewish people are evil, but there is a faction that call themselves Jews that are Satanists. And along with the Masons, the Illuminati, they've infiltrated every part of society. And they're the controllers of pretty much what you see going on in the world. They control the media. They control food. They control everything. They control 6 corporations and underwriting businesses also under that. And they just buy and buy and stretch out these companies so that it's hard to track back. But it all goes back to 6 major corporations: BlackRock, Vanguard, all of that. And when you have control and you have power, you have control and power over the masses. And you will tell the masses what you want them to know and what you want them to believe. So this is the problem today, too, with a lot, because a lot of people don't have the time to actually look into stuff. They're kept so busy on purpose by the manipulators of the system that they don't have time to look into anything. And they just believe what's being told to them, because here in America, we're made to believe that, we're the greatest country in the world, and, we're out to help everybody, when that isn't the case, at least not our government and other governments of the world that want to control us, and they want us to be slaves to them. In this country, they've been doing it for a while, and a long time actually, and now they're at a point where they're doing land grabs. They're doing these land grabs through weather manipulation. They're doing these land grabs through fires that are created through direct energy weapons. And they're also buying out all the farmlands and pushing out the farmers so that they can take control over that also, so they can control every amount of food that you have and can do whatever they want to it. They want to isolate you into small areas, which is why, especially like here in New York, our suburbs and everything, they're just building upward. Then it's no longer you can go out, it's building upward. And it's more of a controlled area. They're trying to make it where you cannot drive your car, or make it very difficult, frustrate you. Take mass transit, because they want you controlled in every way. They don't want you to be able to leave where you are. They want to monitor you. They want total control over you. If you look at the United States of America and the amount of people that are in it, the amount of land that there is for people to live on, it's extraordinary. But yet they'll say we're running out of resources and land. It's just another lie. It's just another fear-based control to be put on you. And this is why I say, especially like in the spiritual community, everyone is preaching love and healing and forgiveness. And that's great. I'm 100% with that, totally. But there's a missing element, and that's truth. Truth needs to be told to the masses. Truth needs to be shared. People need to dig deeper to find out the lost truths. Look up Tartaria. That's a very interesting topic to look into. Look into your old world maps. Look into books and, let's say, encyclopedias and things from maybe 100, 150 years ago. And you'll see a totally different story being told of what this world is, what this world is like. I'm going to go back to World War II because it was one of the last remnants of the Tartarian system that was still around. That is why also in that war, they destroyed the cities. Why would you destroy civilian populations? War is armies and soldiers. It's not attacking innocent people, bystanders. But yet they did that. And then they perpetrated. It's so simple to do this stuff. You just need certain imagery. You just need certain, facilities and just to create a false picture of what is going on. I mean, they've done that with 9/11. They've done that with so many other things. Some in Las Vegas, these hoaxes that they actually perpetrate. Granted, Real people get hurt. Real people get injured in a lot of these things. But it is a controlled type of situation by them. So, like with World War II, Germany was one of the last old structured totalitarian systems around. So they had to destroy it because they've been doing that. They've been doing that with the World's Fairs too through all these years. After the World's Fair, they destroyed, all the things that were there. It was old infrastructure. It was part of the free energy world, the free energy system. And with that, when they destroyed the civilian population and all the buildings, they had no way to keep track of the people. Hence, where your barcoding would come in with the numbers on the arm. It was not just the Jewish people, it was the German people also that were marked because they needed to keep track of who these people were that were the survivors. And at that time in Germany, there was only 1% of the population was even Jewish, and it was the bankers and it was the controllers of the money system there, just like it is here. And the so-called camps they had were for lice, typhoid. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, typhoid. They had all these things going on that they were trying to control and clean up. But yet it was turned into a bigger lie. A lot of Christians were the ones that were crucified and injured, and it was in Russia, part of Russia, that was done as part of the, way to manipulate. So when they create these stories, look deeper into them and look who's behind them. When the satanic faction is the one in control, it's going to create a history that's going to be fearful, that's going to cause hate and division. And if you look at everything that's gone over the past 100 years or so, it's pretty much what goes on. They've done it with vaccines. They've done it with all these things, even going back to 100 years ago with the Spanish flu. Take a look into that if you're still able to, if they haven't taken everything down offline. It dealt with the masks. It dealt with having to inoculate everybody. Why? Didn't need to. It was a military experiment on soldiers, and they let the soldiers out, and that's how everything spread. Yet another lie of what they tell you, how it was. But that's why everyone needs to dig deeper and look into the truth of everything. When people know the truth will sometimes hurt, but the truth will also eliminate the fear, eliminate the division. And when people can come together in that, and they can experience the truth for the first time, then they can send love, healing, and forgiveness for everything. Because when the truth comes out, it ends the division and the fear. That's when, as a people and as a race, we'll be able to come together. We'll come together in a common cause, a cause of goodness, love, healing, a better life for everyone. And that's where truth plus love and healing squared will equal unity. I love you all. Namaste.